Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at 2609 Southwest Robin Court here in Troutdale. In the garage, right in front of the water heater, we have a 3-inch ABS cleanout. We'll insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We do have water running. Here we go. We do have a spot here where we've gone into some standing water. We'll take a look at this on the way out when the pipe's drained. Hopefully get a clearer picture there. There is quite a lot of grease collecting in that spot though, and on the most concerning part is seeing it all stuck to the top of the pipe. It means the line is filling up completely there, either partially or completely clogging to allow that much water to basically deposit the grease on the top of the pipe. I think this one's going all the way out to the cul-de-sac. We're going to keep the camera moving quick here. We're going to reel back slower, though. Transitions here over to 6-inch 3034 PVC pipe. Alright, I think we're at the main lateral connection here. Again, we've got a spot, we'll let it drain out so we can get a good look as to what's going on here. My camera is boring through a very large amount of debris there. Alright, we're still letting the line drain out here, but I did go locate the camera head, and we are right at the manhole. All the houses, or at least 4 of them in the end of the cul-de-sac down here. It's actually a fairly common thing to see when you have this configuration. You've got 4 lines that are all connecting in right next to each other, and you almost get kind of cross traffic where they come in. You have lines that will sometimes be on the other side of where another one comes in, and it will shoot debris across that, and because there's stuff kind of crossing back and forth, debris won't flow down the main. It just collects right where all the lines converge, and that appears to be what's going on here. I see this fairly frequently when you have 3-4 houses all tie into a manhole cover right next to each other. But there is a lot of junk out here, so I would recommend getting the line jetted. It needs it anyway. We've got debris built up throughout the sewer line. But I would rescope. It's possible you've got some other problem going on here, because once we get into the main, not a whole lot of junk here. But right before it, I mean, the line is almost completely clogged. So I highly recommend a HydroJet be performed to remove all that stuff, and then a rescope to see if you've got some kind of underlying problem going on there, or just a whole bunch of junk that built up there for, sometimes people will put paper towels and stuff down the line, and those will build up like crazy. So we could have something of that nature going on here without any busted pipe underneath it. But either way, the line here is, I mean, probably 80–90%, or at least up to a couple inches. If you look down the line there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of stuff built up right here. And then when you get into this area, sometimes the city will actually deal with this. They'll bring out the Vactor unit and just suck all the junk out, but I would definitely get something done with that. You've got about 3 inches or so of debris built up through the wall. Alright, we've got one other spot here in the line we need to check out on the way back. I think it's around 40, 50 feet out where we had some standing water and a fair amount of grease collecting. And a lot of these issues, depending on how bad they are, if that spot is just merely a belly, or just a short little couple foot section of pipe, generally those are not a huge issue. The hard part with a line like this is it's 120 feet long. It's about 2 to 3 times the length of the average sewer line, and you don't have specially designed toilets inside to accommodate that. So these lines generally need to work properly. They tend to cause debris to build up just because of the length. When you flush that toilet inside there, whatever you're flushing down it is probably only making it about 30 feet or so, 40 feet. And then it's with all the other toilet flushes and showers running and stuff that starts helping that stuff make its way out. So if you do put things like paper towels down the line on a line like this, you almost want to think about them like a septic system. They will build up like crazy, because they have a long ways to go before they get to the main. So just keep that in mind. You want to make sure that the only thing going down the toilet is folded toilet paper, and then the disposal, you could put food down the kitchen sink. You want to really avoid the fats and greases and stuff like that. Now this is our spot here that has settled. And it's kind of unusual to get a short little spot like this to settle this significantly. And it's difficult right now to gauge it completely. There's a lot of stuff that's built up in the flow line that may be exaggerating this to a certain extent, but you can see all the debris buildup on the top of the pipe there. That's my concern. That's the evidence that this has indeed clogged up in the past. Otherwise, you will not get that amount of debris buildup stuck to the top of the pipe. You come back down here and you see how it starts to taper off. You have very little stuff on the top of the pipe. But there is grease building up regardless. But when you get up close here, that's what's going on. The stuff is sticking in this area. So I am going to recommend a spot repair here. It is a fairly short section of pipe, but it's a fairly sharp drop off here, and it's obviously causing stuff to collect in the line. So I do recommend a spot repair to correct it. It is something that you can live with. You just need to be careful as to what's going down your line on a regular basis. A belly like this is almost completely controlled by the homeowner. As long as you're not putting stuff down the line that shouldn't go down there, generally they will continue to function okay. But anyway, when I start seeing that amount of debris evidence stuck to the top of the pipe, it's obviously clogging up on some kind of regular basis. May not have backed up or anything at this point, but it has the potential for it. I got this marked. It is unfortunately under the driveway. It's only 1 foot 11 inches deep. It's very shallow. That part is good. Yeah, but I've got that mapped out there with a white exit at each end of the belly here. So we do have some junk that's sitting right on the side of the pipe there that's not moving. This thing right here, I can't tell if there's something else going on in here other than a belly. I think it's just debris as far as I can tell. The water makes it kind of hard to see. Off to the left side of the pipe there, it's possible there may be some damaged plastic that's causing stuff to hang up. This looks like a spot where when the line was being built, something probably ran over the top of it. Anyway, I do recommend a repair to correct that. If a repair is not done, I recommend re-scoping the line in a year to see how that's handling your living habits, and you'll kind of get an idea of how often you may need to be doing drain cleaning. I recommend a Hydrojet on this to begin with to get all the junk cleaned out, and more importantly, at the end of the line to remove that debris. I also recommend a re-scope afterwards to see if there's some kind of underlying problem out there that's causing all that debris to build up, other than the fact that you've got about 4 houses all interconnected in that particular area. And sometimes that's the whole reason for it to begin with. So, anyway, aside from the very end of the line and that spot there that extends from about, let's push back out here, I believe it's from 30 feet to 33 feet. Starts here at about 30 feet. And goes to about 33 feet. So it's a pretty short section of pipe. In general, I usually see debris hanging up once you get to 5 feet of pipe with 1 inch of standing water. This one's at about 3.5 feet of pipe with 1 inch to 1.5 inches. But it's obviously causing stuff to collect here. And then on top of that, with the length of the line, everything flushing down here has to get through that and then go another 100 feet almost. So that's my other concern is maintaining good flow all the way out to the main lateral. Otherwise, a line this length is very prone to buildup. So anyway, get that corrected, as well as get the line jetted and re-scoped to check on that spot out at the main lateral connection. But aside from those 2 areas, the rest of the line is in good condition with good flow and is functioning properly. And we're going back into the home here. It'd be worth having the drain clean guys, if they can, just run their jetter backwards into the crawl space just to get any debris. And that there is the end of the line. Now that pipe here, it looks good. Looks like it has good flow, but I would recommend it be cleaned to remove the grease buildup. Sick. Nasty mother.